Jay Wood, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate it. Where are you from?
Chicago, to be more specific. From Matteson, South Suburbs. Yeah.
Tell me about Matteson.
Man, Matteson, it's about, as far as south you can go without leaving the Chicagoland area. I think it might be like 2 more suburbs after that, and then it's just trees and grass and farms and shit. Yeah, man.
How was your experience growing up in Matteson?
And Matteson, shit was dope, bro. Like, I grew up in like a cul-de-sac, so it was just like this little ring of houses. It was like our little sanctuary. Cause shit used to go on like outside of that, but we never left that circle. We used to just, play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Have like water fights and shit. Go to the park. Like, motherfuckers had a great childhood. Skateboard and shit, all that shit.
Yeah.
But Matteson is also like a very like athletic town, I would say. Like, everything was kind of just geared towards like you was playing football or you hooping. And shit, I grew up doing that shit.
I feel it. Who were some of your musical influences growing up?
Growing up, I remember I had like this like before I had an iPod, I had like a USB player. And it only had like 20 songs on it. And I think 10 of them was 50 Cent and 10 of them was Michael Jackson. So I would say they definitely played like a huge influence into like, just how I see music and shit, like or what I feel like is good music. But also I feel like growing up out here, like, you just had to love Kanye. Like, I remember Late Registration. When I did get my first iPod, I had the album on there. I just remember playing that shit like religiously. So definitely like Kanye, 50 Cent. My pops, he ain't want me listening to like raps with like hella cursing in it and shit. So he bought a clean version to Give It Without Trying.
Ooh.
He played, bro. He still only has that CD in his car. Like, he played that shit legit for years. So 50 Cent definitely huge. When I got a little older, Kid Cudi, Tyler the Creator, when I started getting a little more artsy, yeah, just to name a few.
Right. My man said 10 Michael Jackson songs and 10 50 Cent songs. He's been about the range.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, we were talking about his music taste earlier. That started early. The 10 Michael Jackson and 10 50 Cent. You went from Billie Jean to Many Men. and then oh, man.
Nah, it's crazy. Like, you know what it is? I think it's really my OG because my mama hate rap music. My stepdad at the time, his cousin was Diz, which some people know who that is, some people don't. But he's like a legendary like house DJ / producer like in Chicago and shit. So we used to pull up to his crib. My mama used to like make playlists of like soul songs she liked that she would play like, Saturdays cleaning the house and shit like that.
Yeah.
And be like, make these house songs. Like, so we used to get like custom house songs, like specifically made like for my mom's taste. So some of the house songs I grew up with don't even really like
exist.
Yeah, I guess not. Like, it's just like disco songs sped up with like some drums type shit. But that's just
hard.
the shit I grew up on, just like hella like disco house shit, like hella singy. My mom grew up in the choir and shit, so that's just.
Yeah.
And then my pops, whenever he got the chance, like pull up, go to his house for the weekend, his house for the summer, it's 50 Cent. So that's just really just been my experience. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. And then, at what age did you first start making music?
Man, see, the crazy part, I was making music before I knew I was making music type shit. So I had a cousin who was in the drum line for Morehouse. And I had to be like 4. And he bought me like a electronic like drum kit, like drum pad. And being like, I feel like most motherfuckers growing up how I grew up, we was always home alone. Cause like motherfuckers in the burbs and shit, but my mom was always like, she had 2-3 jobs, always at work. I didn't live with my dad type shit. My sister, 5-6 years older than me, she used to be, going doing her thing. So I would be in the crib just having to find ways to entertain myself type shit. So I, play with the drum pad and shit. And then my mama had a Mac. So I used to just like do that shit right into GarageBand. And that was just like the way I entertained myself. Starting early, like 4th, 5th grade. I think in 5th grade, I started writing poetry. No, in 3rd grade, I started writing poetry. I was trying to impress this chick, so I wrote her a poem. She said my handwriting was sloppy though. It's tough.
That one hurt.
Yeah, that's what. But then like after that, I was like, all right, bet I got to get coded this shit. So even if my handwriting's sloppy, like, you know what I'm saying, it got to be undeniable. So then since then, I just been like back and forth between like either writing heavy or, you know, producing heavy. Of course, like growing up, I got like really heavy into football and shit, so it wasn't like as much time. But I'd say since like the 5th grade, I've been making music, and I was like a band kid too. I played like 3 or 4 instruments.
Sure.
So it's just always been a part of just how I express myself and experience like life type shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it true that your artist name at one point was Woody Mike?
How do you know that, bro? What the fuck? I can neither confirm nor deny that accusation. But if that was to be true, it only was true for like legit 2 hours. Like shit got. I think I was like, man, I need some shit with some sauce. We was trying to figure it out. I was like, fuck it, Woody Mike. Changed my name in the group chat. My niggas was like, bro, what you doing, bro? I was like, yeah, you right. So I just switched back. But damn, that's crazy. I don't even know how you have record of that. But that's crazy.
Bro, that's such a sick name.
I don't know. It's crazy, bro, because in them 2 hours, I had 4 different rap names. Like, I was really trying to find something different. But, Jay, what it is.
That's better.
Yeah, I feel like we made the right decision. Yeah.
How was your experience at Marian Catholic High School?
In what sense?
How was your experience there?
It was cool. It was like kind of a culture shock for me because, I mean, Matteson is like, at least from my understanding, that is a black suburb. Like, I grew up around all black people. We all were like Baptists. You know, it was like very like similar households. So Marian was the first time I like was around kids of different races or like cultures, you know, religions, whatever. And it was cool. Like my mom always had me well traveled and shit. Like I seen shit. Like we traveled and shit. It was cool, but it was just different. Like being in it 10 toes. Catholic, like mass was very weird. Everyone was standing up and like chanting and then sitting back down and standing up, and I couldn't catch any cues. So that shit was, I actually remember I got detention for taking communion. Because technically you can't take it if you're not baptized in the Catholic church. I was baptized in the Baptist church, and they got on my ass. But it was just dope. Also, it was dope just to see other shit, like experience new shit, see other shit, meet new people other than the motherfuckers I grew up with. Because if I would have stayed on my track, it would have been the same motherfuckers from kindergarten to like senior high school. Like, so it was just dope to like get in some new shit, you know. Also, just like, man, I played football at Marian. We was trash. That was tough. We was getting our ass beat. Like 63-0, first quarter.
Can you explain what is going on in this photo?
Oh, shit. All right, so look. We was playing Oswego East. This was a crazy game, right? Because we had won the first game of the season. So this was like, man, this is going to be our first chance to actually do some shit this year. This game 2, we came out defense. I was going crazy. I had like 3 tackles, and we forced them to punt. It was going crazy. We got on offense, and our starting quarterback like broke his ankle the first play. And then the next play, the backup quarterback got hurt too, right? Didn't that happen? Yeah. The second play, folks got hurt. And then we ended up having to get like the freshman to play. He just happened to be dressed. Like we ran through like 3 quarterbacks in like 3 plays. And shit went down the drain very fast. But I definitely threw him to the ground that play. He wasn't on shit. I can merch that. But yeah, I was a dog. I was a dog that game.
What's with the number 8?
All right, so that's just the only jersey they had left, bro. I was late. If you ask anybody that know me, bro, I'm late to everything. I'm surprised I was on time for this, but I was late. They didn't have no more jerseys. I didn't want like a 20 or something like that. I just wanted like a single number because it just looked cooler type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. We'll rock with the 8. And then as football ended, I started getting more into my art shit. I started like buying patches and like ironing them onto my clothes or like hats and shit like that. So I just bought an 8-ball patch because it just made sense. Oh, I have number 8. Cool, for sure. Download that shit or buy it. Fast forward, I'm in college freshman year. I'm rocking the 8 hat. That was just kind of like my thing, like how motherfuckers knew me type shit. Like just a way to be like stand out on campus because I was like doing open mics and doing shows and shit like that. Shit was hella dope. But so I had to learn this shit about Missouri, bro, the hard way. They don't salt their roads when it snows. They might throw sand out, like if it's really bad. So it's like December, freshman year, they sending us home after finals, and it's like a badass ice storm. But they basically kicked us off campus. They was like, y'all gotta go. Like the dorms are closed at 5 p.m. Everyone has to leave. So I was riding with my homegirl to St. Louis to catch a flight back to Chicago. And the ice storm was so bad, it was like legit cars like in trees. Like it was an accident. It was just cars everywhere. Like motherfuckers, there's so many accidents. The expressway was like shut down at this point. It took us 7 hours to get the equivalent of 30 minutes away. Shit was ugly. Mind you, I'm just chilling in the passenger seat. She started freaking out and was like, let's take the side roads. I was like, we shouldn't do that. We should stay on the expressway. But she was driving, so I was like, shit, it's your car, whatever. We get on the side roads, and we was going up this hill, and it was so icy that her car, like, started losing traction, and we started, like, falling backwards. So she started screaming and shit, panicking. I'm like, bro, you tweaking. She throw the bitch in park. I'm like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to push us. We can get some traction, and we're going to be good. I step out the car, bust my shit instantly. Get back in the car. I'm like, all right, that shit dead. So we just parked, hazards on, in the middle of butt-fuck Missouri on the side road. It ain't no street lights. It's nothing. We don't know what we finna do. She crying. I'm just trying to figure out how to get to my flight by 8 a.m. I'm trying to get back to the crib type shit. Next thing you know, a pickup truck come over the hill, big ass, like redneck pickup truck. Bro had to be going 80. I don't know why he was doing that. It's an ice storm. She like, he finna hit us. I'm like, no, he knows what he's doing. We're fine. Bro starts spinning out of control. I was like, oh shit. So I jump out the car. And then somehow she also jumped out on my side. I don't know how she got over the shit, but we jump out. Her car gets smacked by the pickup truck. Bro ended up being like kind of drunk. So he get out the car like, oh, I'm so sorry. And he step out, bust his shit, and slide down the hill. Like he just sliding like 50 yards down the hill. We like, what the fuck is going on? And then before he could even stop slide, another car came over the hill, full speed, and then crashed into both our shit. So mind you, I say all this to say, when this was happening, it's surreal. I'm just like in survival mode at this point. I had my hat on, I had my iPhone, I had like, you know what I'm saying, some cool shit type shit, whatever. The wreck happened like directly on top of my phone. And this is what? 2016? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't the bulletproof glass how they got it now. Like your shit was cracking if you dropped it, for sure. Your shit was cracking. So I'm like, I'm knowing for sure my shit fucked up, my hat like, you know, beat up, wet, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. So they like cleaning up the wreck and shit, and then my phone, they have a scratch on it. It wasn't even wet. My hat was fine. Like all my shit was like intact. So when it came to the point where I was like, all right, I should like pick a brand or like an emoji to roll with or some shit like that, I just kind of took that as a sign. Like I should just keep rocking with the 8 because it just kind of felt like, you know, a nigga had angels, you know.
I like that. That took a wild turn.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Got to get the backstory, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I appreciate it. I feel you with the 8 single digits in sports, especially football.
It just looked better, bro.
Yeah, I played football, but I played center. So, you know, when you were lineman, you can only go 50 through 79. Not a lot of good choices. I did 52 because...
That's solid, though.
There's only a few solid lineman numbers,
solid.
but 52 is one of them. I feel that, man.
52 solid, bro. You made a good decision.
Thank you.
Because if your shit was in the 70s, it was going to be kaput. Over with.
Can you tell me about Perros Bros?
Bro. Now you talking my language. All right, so Perros Bros, man, them niggas done watched me grow up. It's this food spot. It's low-key not even in Matteson. It is technically in Olympia Fields, but it's like right on the border. Technically, Philly's town is in Matteson. We get into Philly town later if you want to. That's my other boo. But yeah, Perros Bros, man, that's just some shit we used to just go eat at. As soon as I got in my car, we was in that bitch every day, getting a chicken pita, turkey burger, you know what I'm saying, mouse sauce on the fries. Like, they basically got everything you could order. Like, they got tacos, they got wings, they got ribs. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them like good like Chicago like corner spots. It's like owned by like Greek people, but it's all Mexicans cooking. So the food is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I actually, for my first project, Self Doubt, because we used to go there after like rehearsal and just eat like every week. That's where I took my, what's it called?
Cover?
Yeah, I took my cover picture in front of Perros Bros type shit. Just like, you know what I'm saying, for the culture type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it. Speaking of projects, last year you released your Quality Time EP.
Yes, sir.
What was the creation process of that tape like?
The creation, so Quality Time was something that kind of like, it made itself. I really was just like working on my sound, like, you know, just discovering new shit, just staying at it, like putting my reps up. And I had one song, and I was like, hey, this song kind of actually go with this song. I should do a 2-pack. Then I was like, wait a minute, this song is also kind of the same color, because like I kind of group shit by color. Yeah. I was getting a lot of like pinks and yellows, and I'm just like, oh, this shit would be perfect for Valentine's Day. I'm kind of like on a romantic tip anyway. And I was just like, word, I should just add this track as well, like this or that for the last one. So I was like, damn, I got a 4-track. You dig? So I think like I did Shirley June 2020, and I did Proud of You in like January of 2021. So them was just 4 songs that all was the same color within that time span. Wrap it up, give it to the people, and yeah, that shit was fun. Like, that was my first time I had the whole rollout like planned type shit with like a theme and shit. I mean, Trackstar also, but I think Quality Time was just a little easier because it was Valentine's Day. Yeah. So it was like I did some shit with like love languages and shit. I had like the text shit, like texting Shirley, telling her to send me playlists, and then had like a playlist to like help promo. So it was just like a cool way to, you know what I'm saying, promote the project, keep motherfuckers engaged, and then also be on brand type shit.
That Trackstar tape was fucking really good. Really,
that shit
really
crazy.
Good. I was re-listening to it just this week.
What's your favorite?
When'd you drop the title, the title track? Yeah. When'd you drop that, 2019 or 2020?
2020. August 20 of 2020.
Yeah, that was a great project. Definitely the title
August
track.
28th. My dad's birthday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay, I have a gift for you.
What is this? Oh, don't tell me. I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is before you open it?
Well, I thought it was something, but it's a little lighter than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a bottle of wine.
Nope.
Come on, man. Come on, man. How did you know? Let me tell you something about these, man. This thing got me through the worst of times. I'm talking about driving back from the studio, 3 a.m., I-57, traffic. I'm falling asleep. Shout out to Trader Joe's, man. Yeah. I actually have a bag of these with me.
Crazy.
I don't leave the house without a bag of these.
Now you have 2.
This is a great gift. I appreciate you.
This is random and really has nothing to do with the interview. Remember when motherfuckers were on Twitter talking about, like, would you rather have dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Where did you stand?
I stayed out of it. But you want to know my honest answer?
Yeah.
I'm taking that 500.
I'm taking that money.
I'm taking that. I'm not going to lie. If you got that dog in you, like if you him, you can do something with that 500. Jay-Z going to tell you should have took the 500.
And he might not like you For real,
There's no
like,
guarantees.
nah.
I could be like, oh, Jay-Z could put my shit on. Like, he might hear my shit and be like, yeah, bro, keep working. So and then
W.
So now what I did, I ate at Nobu and
he split
got
the bill.
dissed. Yeah, then he went to split the bill 50-50.
Crazy.
When I could have took half a honey bun.
Man, motherfuckers were in the comments on Twitter back then talking about, no, you don't understand. Like, he gonna put you on $100 million worth of, and like maybe not.
But at the same time, there's Jay-Z interviews on YouTube right now. I can go get the game for free.
Probably get a better conversation out watching the interview.
I need the platform.
Yeah.
Give me the $500K. Yeah.
So what are you currently working on?
All right, so man, got my hands on a lot of things right now. So I'm currently working on a full-length project, as well as a short film paired with it, as well as some really cool merch giveaways, one-on-ones type situations. Yeah, that's what I'm working on currently.
Can you say anything more about the project?
It's called Nowhere Fast. Nowhere, fast. All lowercase. It's a destination. You got to go there.
I might just be putting things together in my head. Does that title have anything to do with Trackstar?
You could say it's like the natural succession of that story.
Okay.
Yeah. That can be argued.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Nowhere Fast, I would say thematically is more so about kind of back to my football roots, right? So it's like, I remember like fucking up in football, and then coach would be like, he always said like, I don't care if you make a mistake.
Make it fast.
He said, yeah, just do it 100%. Like, don't be on the field moving half speed, my nigga. Like, if you gonna hit the wrong hole, like, you better go knock somebody's head off.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like applying that attitude to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta have all the answers. You just gotta like go get that shit. But also like with the short film, I am like building a world. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to tap in. It's gonna make sense when it makes sense. Yeah.
I like that. So there's always that conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chicago's music community is missing this, whatever Atlanta has, or is missing this, whatever LA or New York has. What do you think, if anything, is missing in Chicago's music community?
I don't know, because in a way, I feel like a lot of motherfuckers is doing a lot of shit right now. It may not be like on a huge level, but there's a lot of talent in Chicago. There's a lot of shows happening. Like, I think you could find up and coming artists at least 2 or 3 shows a week type shit. We got motherfuckers coming from all different like the drill background, like the artsy shit. Motherfuckers more like on like the reggae shit. Like whatever they do, like everybody kind of like all in their bag. So in a way, I don't feel like the problem with like the Chicago scene has ever been like the scene itself. I just don't think we have a lot of sustainability here. You know what I'm saying? And that really just comes in the terms of like money type shit. Like, it's just not like you gonna sell out the Metro and then what type shit.
In that same breath, you're right. I think what Chicago's music community lacks is like kind of just infrastructure. There's always been hella talent. There's never been a real music industry infrastructure in terms of like labels and just
like bread
that
type shit.
Yeah, exactly. But if you are an artist from Chicago that can't sell at the Metro, you damn near decent for ever.
Decent.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, what else is left to do here type shit? That's when everybody moves. Once you do that, I feel like that's when it's time to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I can't argue that. I mean, we've seen it. But like at the same time, I do think that there's benefits to moving.
Facts. Shawty thought about it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I work with Fem. Fem just moved to LA literally like this week.
Swear.
Yeah. And he had been planning it for a little minute. He was on that Saba tour, and he knew, like, once he jumped off, he was going to move. And, like, selfishly, it's like, oh, I would personally like if he was still here.
Right.
But he's kind of done a lot of the stuff he can do here.
Yeah.
And, like, he'll be around more artists, kind of more opportunity. Able to tap in a new market.
No, I definitely feel like, especially for film, as someone who, you know, like, I have a relationship with and, like, have reached out to, and he just gonna, like, put me on game with shit. And just, you know what I'm saying? Also, like, just study what he done here type shit.
Yeah.
It is time for him to go. Like,
And Fem is one of those. Like,
you feel me?
Like, aside from my bias working with him, bro, like, Fem was at all the shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he went to Penn State, came back, like, his early days, he was at all the little shows. He was at all the little pop-ups. He was at every little event, networking, meeting people, showing people his music. Like, he really, like, took the steps,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, no cap.
Yeah. That's enough of my Fem talk. Random. Don't think about it too hard. Who are your top 5 Chicago artists of all time?
Kanye, Common, Juice.
Which one?
What you
World?
mean? Yeah, Juice
Okay,
WRLD.
cool.
That's just for the crib type shit.
Mhm.
I'm at 3.
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco.
Facts.
This 5th one tough. I don't know.
Can go a few different ways with that.
I could. That's the problem. That's what make it hard, I should say.
Yeah. You're pretty on par, though. I should probably Juice, Kanye, Lupe. I love Common so much, but I don't know. Kanye, Juice, Lupe. Chief Keef has to be on there.
Oh,
And then
God damn it.
and then Dirk or Chance or Common for the
All right.
last spot.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off Common. I'm going to throw Keith up there. And then for the 5th spot, it's damn near either Dirk or Saba.
Saba. Oof.
It's Dirk or Saba.
I love
yeah.
Saba.
That was the one I was stuck on. I'm like, damn, it could go either way. But yeah, I will definitely give Common the number 8 spot and put Keith up there.
He said number 8. Who are some artists that you want to work with in the future?
You mean in Chicago or just in general?
In general.
I feel like, I would love to get a song with Toby Lou.
I love Toby.
That shit would be crazy for multiple reasons. One, that's the crib. He went to HF.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? 2, I feel like we would compliment each other on the song. Like, I feel like we would go crazy. Like, definitely, like, the GOATs. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to work with, like, Ye or Drake would be crazy. Kendrick would be crazy. Amine. That would be wild. Kid Cudi would be amazing. Trying to think some off the wall shit. What would be unexpected? Andre 3000. Yeah.
Solid list. Dude, I love Toby so much. He's such a cool ass dude, and I love
Right.
his music, and yeah. I love Toby. All right, Jay, last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years? How old am I? 24? 5, 29. That'll be 2027?
Mhm.
God damn. You asking for a lot, man. I see myself being the face / head / like runner or whatever that means of my own brand / like company type shit. I feel like that's something I've been very intentional about building. Just like who's been around me, like what are their long-term goals, and just who I aspire to be like, because I would like to mirror my career after artists like Kanye, Tyler, Childish Gambino, in the aspect of like, yeah, they rap, yeah, they produce, but they also do a lot of other cool shit. I'm heavy into the film shit. I got the modeling shit. I got this, you know what I'm saying, like working on like our fashion shit with the merch, like just being like really like intentional and hands-on with it. Like I have a lot of skills that can be applied there. So I would love to like have like a golf, like that type of brand where like maybe like we do festivals or we do merch and, you know, I'm making short films, but I'm, you know, going on tour, da-da-da-da. So I feel like 5 years from now, I would just naturally want to just be like 5 years leveled up in everything that I'm doing. Music, fashion, movies, modeling shit. It's also always been like my dream to like collab with like a brand. How you like, you know how like Drake is with Nike, or I know like, I mean, they just got like New Balance. Like some shit like that, I feel like by the time I'm 29, I should definitely be in the bag. So we just step by step getting to that point. You feel me?